ITB. Shout out Chef and yes, Chef. What's
Wrong guy.
Yes, Arashi. Looking at the compositions, I gotta ask you here. This time it's a best of one. Who do you got?
I like Echoes, honestly, because I've always been very vocal about the lack of damage since game 1 and 2. I think the damage is important. They have an abundance of it this time. So now, even if Sorn is on the Cho, he has to be a lot more careful. There's a lot more damage, and there's a chance that when he's out, he thinks he's home free. Astral Sphere hits him right in the back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you to the Land of Dawn. It's a best of one. Full series, 1-1 now. Echo and HomeBois who will stay in the upper and who will go down to the lower brackets. Echo, HomeBois, spam in the chat as well. Who do you think, who do you support between these two teams?
Go and support your team. Hashtag HB win or hashtag Echo win. Early on, Zorn and JP both doing the best they can at annoying the enemy junglers. But looking at, again, the drafts here for Echo. Still, man, that Yuzong and Arlet pick.
Yeah.
JP, all right, will be utilizing the Arlet as a roamer up against Zorn on this Cho.
The two heroes that we mentioned on the draft as well. And man, HomeBois now.
Oh, a flicker out. JP not going to be able to flicker out of that one. The Mortal Coil here used up by Chibi. One last hit, but JP gets out just almost. One last skill one from Chibi. Just to scissor and take him down. Carl Teasy with a good retreat to secure it. Zorn might follow next. Carl Teasy just a short way away from level 4, but he doesn't even need it. Just headbutt Zorn to another dimension.
Whacks him into oblivion.
Boink.
And this is the problem, though, for Echo. If Chibi gets snowballing on this Martis, then it's a whole different story. Now they have damage, but they can't really take down the Martis before the Martis takes them out. So they have to be very careful overextending here, lest they give Chibi that snowball that he so desperately requires to carry his team. Look at that. Dude, violence.
It almost seems like Chibi has already a Hunter Strike built in his kit earlier. But yes, we expect an action-packed game, and we already got it, right? 2 minutes almost. It's very action-packed. You can see here, it's 1-1. Both teams just looking for more skirmishes here. Not even in the turtle vicinity just yet.
Not yet, but Chibi's already looking towards kills. He knows on the Martis up against the Akai, it's going to be a tough job for him
40.
to go for the neutral objective, but 40 pops in the Black Dragon form. Zorn jumps in forward, trying to buy some time right now. Sabat jumps in with the Raven Spider, and that's going to be a retreat win from Chibi with a Mortal Coil. Carl Teasy as well, unable to find a pin down. Zorn gets out with 1 HP. And now it's Echo who are looking for scraps, looking for a kill, but it might be JP who falls here, and that's going to be the Decimate. Chibi gets out with 1 HP. It's another Stampede to bring Sanford back, but it's only just a disengaged tool for HomeBois in the 2nd minute of the game.
Scrappy fights and scrappy wins and L's. HomeBois, though, they got the better end of it, and outside.
Benny Cutie, this is a very, very dangerous spot. The way the Dragon, a big kick from Zorn, and to add salt to the wound, it's some Tas gaming from Mr. Tauntman himself.
Add that kill to the drawing board, and HomeBois, they are really stepping to the gas in their gas here.
This is the aggression that we have expected, but for Echo, that just did not go as planned. The heavy spin didn't come out fast enough. He gets crowd-controlled Carl Teasy, unable to secure it, and Sanji just wasn't landing the Astral Spheres. They had all the tools, but if the first 2 games mean anything, then the team who gets the early advantage really starts getting traction at 5 to 6 minutes. Now it seems like HomeBois, they're trying to make it happen.
Final slash on the Zorn, and Shunpu gets him out just barely. Oh, one last hit. Benny Cutie gets a fadeaway. Chibi up top just punching on this turret goal. Sanji trying to zone HomeBois away, and they have done that. Only taking Zorn down.
Okay, again, a very fast-paced early tempo here. And we can see here, both teams now out of breaths, seems like they're taking things down. Oh, I'm wrong. Top side action.
Ooh. Go for more to final slash, trying to bait out the final part of the Mortal Coil, and that's the headbutt. Another goal for Benny Cutie on the Bruno.
And some Bruno damage, and Chibi was not ready for it. No backup available there too. A bit too over-aggressive. He is working against the clock. A lot of pressure is on him to really make this early game work for his team. That is not it. Now with the turtle up with HomeBois losing the initiative for now. We'll see if Echo can finally get some momentum going for them.
Good delay. Oh,
With the Dragon. That's JP locked down. Bravest Fighter used up as well.
Oh.
JP with a brilliant flicker timing to get out of a sticky situation. Carlteasy brought back to the team as the headbutt. Warlord walking them down again. JP recalling, and HomeBois should have a bit more pressure until JP comes back. Sanford getting the stacks in. Zorn, no way of the Dragon this time around. They need to try to bait out a heavy spin somehow, some way. If they want to pick it up, never mind. Carlteasy just jumped onto Warlord. He's still saving that Purify, even another realm. That's a final slash coming back again. Black Dragon form as well by Sanford to the back line. That's another realm, and my goodness, TV just doesn't miss, but Sanford doesn't miss either. It's a furious dive. Meanwhile, Zorn jumps in, gets away the Dragon, now chained down by Sanji and JP. On the other side, it's Sanford versus the team. Decimate and Immortal Coil, not enough to take 40 down.
JP though, with that conceal, was able to secure the kill. Oh, Zorn does not catch 40.
Chaotic fights right here, but Sanji now with a lightning truncheon. That's a huge power spike. You can see that damage coming through. It's rushed, by the way. He didn't build anything before that. He knows that his goal is to help with the pickoffs, help with the damage right here, not to provide utility. They already have the Arlet, the Yuzong, and the Akai. Utility is the last thing he needs. Going for lightning truncheon right now. This means that HomeBois, unless they want to get some magical defense, they gotta be a lot more careful in these fights.
The mid? Take a look at the mid.
There's a fine Warlord gonna be taken down. Oh, a great save by Zorn, even a lockdown. With a Way of the Dragon, Warlord actually re-engages with the help of the Nether Realm, and now Chibi might get another kill. He does. 3 kills. Super action-heavy game.
Very sharp as well. And you can see now, both teams just going at it. 5-4, 6 minutes in, and home side though, HomeBois managed to grab the first structure in the game here. So Echo, they're at a little disadvantage here. Long-term wise, that's a good investment from HomeBois. They will definitely limit their rotations, but let's see here, Echo, will they find a trade soon enough? 20 seconds. The last turtle will be up here.
That's a lot of damage for Rashi.
Yeah, that's the Novaria power spike. And for Echo, man, they guys have to be a bit more coordinated. It looked so good earlier, but somehow, some way, Chibi is just able to secure all these neutral objectives. Echo has to find a way, maybe a different force to the hand of HomeBois before they go first.
Warlord with a splash of damage. Oh, now pinned down into the wall. Not even given the chance to pop into another realm, and now Subpot is going in. On to Benecutie, dealing some damage. Benecutie with a Purify as well. The Flicker dodged away from it. Chibi still wins out the retreat battle, even with the heavy spin. Echo get a kill, but they lose out on the turtle now, and Subpot wants to go for more. That sword locking Sanford down. That's the damage done by now, and Subpot is going to be collapsed on by 4 members of Echo. Still winning in the skirmish, but just losing in the neutral objective department. Zorn wants to go for a re-engage. Rizel, but hitting in the back. Sheriff Rizel's in town. Carlteasy gets a good headbutt, and the final slash takes him down. It's Sanju who picks up the kill. Now the realm, as Warlord is respawned back into the fight, but now is caught amongst 2 members. That's a good spear, and Warlord will fall to Carlteasy, the Dragon Warrior, marching forward again, zoning Zorn and Chibi.
Oh, it's just recall. It's just respawn, fight. Respawn, fight. Recall, fight. Man, that was the theme in the past 2 minutes. Now they finally are out of breath, and they reset. Now let's see here. HomeBois slight lead economy, but is that significant?
I feel like here's the main problem. Rizel has 0 kills, 1 death. He wasn't really participating for a long time in that fight. But on the other hand, Benecutie, on that Bruno, he was so low for so long, yet he is willing to stay there and output damage. That's part of the reason why Echo were so successful in just grinding those kills down. Looking at the items though, with the Has Claws Berserker's Fury, it's really on his power spike, but Rizel has burst damage to work with.
Okay. Now HomeBois, they are looking for more ground. They have gained another turret here. Top and bot tier 1 taken out. Meanwhile, Echo, they have yet to claim a turret, but item check.
Exactly. If you look at the fighters here, I think Sanford, his choice to go for the Hunter Strike is still very, very good. I don't think going full tank on the Yuzong will ever be good. But for JP, he has the anti-Cuirass, so he's weak to magic, but this physical damage, he can just heal it up like this.
I actually looked instantly at the gold laners here. It's an endless battle and a BOD done for Rizal. Meanwhile, for Benny Cutie, only a little bit ahead, just like by 100 gold. Already has the 3-item power spike as well. So both these gold laners should be online in the mid game. An Astral Echo to reveal 3 members of HomeBois in that mid lane. Still Sapat and Chibi staying hidden. Trying to use this position to get a good setup on the Lord. Rizal zoned away to the other side of the map completely. This might be an opening for Echo.
Oof, look at Benny just walking up. This man is fearless.
Not here.
Gotta be careful though. Sanji pops into Astro. Recall and instantly flickers out. Does some damage back to Warlord. Forces that regen on Warlord and Chibi to reset as well.
Look at the patience from 40. He was in the mid bush for, I think, 1.5 minutes there waiting for the right moment. But take a look at Sapat here. Peculiar angle. Oh, with the flicker as well.
What a cancel by Benny Cutie.
Nice.
They might have won them the fight. Now it's a Black Dragon form to the back. Sapat joining in with the Bravest Fighter. Not enough damage, and that's Benny kiting him, outplaying him. Meanwhile, Sanford, oh wait, the Dragon from Zord! Bringing Sanford back. That's a decimate for Carl He finds a good pin. The Netherrealm helping him survive for a little bit as Chibi pops into Mortal Coil. Warlord loses the Netherrealm. He gets poked down. Both teams losing their XP laners.
Zorn is just styling against Sanford, man. What the heck was that way of Dragon play? Both teams now, they lost a member, but okay,
Final
JP again.
slash.
Moving.
Flicker. Not enough for now. Zorn marching forward, jumps in with the Jigudo away the Dragon. He finds Benny Cutie!
Again.
Again, it's Sheriff Rizal with a follow-up and a double, but Zorn, the playmaker for HomeBois.
Chivalry is not dead with Rizal
That's a
here.
gentleman, Zorn.
HomeBois now claiming the team fight, and also the Lord. Can Echo bounce back from this?
I think they definitely can. It's still as close as ever, but we'll have to see what can HomeBois do with the Lord. They lost the tower on the bot side because Echo unintentionally set it up when the wave bounced off their tower. And now when they're trying to recover like this, they have to wait, man. Especially when Benny Cutie does not have to purify. There's just too much danger. And I think Echo right now need to consider saving some of the card control to ensure that Benny Cutie gets the protection he needs, because he is just all the way in the front line.
Gotta be careful here. The orange buff actually taken by Chibi with a retribution. So it's not just the turtle contest, even the buff contest. It's been Chibi who's winning it against the GOAT.
And it is very close here. Take a look at the total kills here. 10-9. Sure, 4,000 already established here. But according to Arashi, Echo still has a lot of opportunities to bounce back. Let's see.
Good poke down onto Rizal. HomeBois aren't really going to be able to utilize this first Lord. Cartesi is actually walking up, trying to give some damage and maybe an initiation Warlord. That might have been a mistake there with the Shadow Stampede. He's saving another round right now. Oh! He doesn't even pop it. He gets slain before that even happens. Now Sapat in the back, trying to deal some damage, trying to sustain from Benny Cutie's damage. Does a lot in the back. Benny Cutie still kiting. Sapat against Benny Cutie. Still kited away. Sanji picks up the kill with an Astral Meteor. Buys him into nature as well. Ooh. Good immobilization from Rizal. It's called. Easy pops in the heavy spin, but Sheriff Rizal just guns him down. Looking for more on the map. That's a concealed play. Zorn jumping in. A final slash from JP, but Sanford again as well. Just like Carl Teasy falls to the gun of Rizal.
This is not looking good for Echo. That was a good recovery here from HomeBois. It looked somehow awkward in the early fights, but they recovered and Rizal claimed yet another double here.
He's just doing a lot of damage, especially in this point of the game. The fact that his damage comes out a lot quicker than Benny Cutie, and the fact that he has a lot more options to self-heal, self-protect, and maintain distance. I think that's the main advantage he has right here. So for Echo, earlier, once they kind of sort of got a small win in that fight, the fact that they kept going to try and get some more, that was very, very greedy. Looking at the damage dealt right here, though, Sanji is matching the damage output, and he is not as ahead as Warlord, but he is getting up there. He just finished a Holy Crystal, and with that wave clear, there's a chance that Echo can just stall this game as long as possible.
Okay, here, Again, as we expected, an action-packed game, and we got it right. Just what we want, and we can see here the Lord now in hands of a crucial Lord, especially if you're Echo here, who is at a disadvantage. You can see here the setup. KP. Oh, take a look at Zorn there, setting up from the far bottom bush.
That's super ambitious by Zorn. Let's see if he can mount an actual crazy flank on the Benny Cutie. Remember, Benny has the Purify, so HomeBois has to somehow, some way look for a way to bait that out. Or maybe it's Zorn's task to give Sapat the opportunity to look for that stun and then engage. The Astral Echo reveals two. It's only Warlord and Sapat who is revealed. Maltese taking control of the bush. Chibi still holding on to the Lord, now resetting it. As Ryzel is still in a bad spot for the team to look for a team fight.
However, for Echo right here, the top side of the map, I think is actually, no, it's actually pushing towards them. So HomeBois now, they're the ones who have the time, all the time in the world to just wait it out. Look at the wave, it's pushing up ever so slightly, but it's gonna keep building up to a point where Echo can't ignore it. And with the Lord trying to halve HP, this might be the make or break moment.
Oh, they spotted Zorn, but Zorn spotted them as well. 4 members in the bottom side of the map. Carltese now going to be engaged on, by the likes of the team, and even Zorn right now jumps into the back. It's with Subpop, but with the nature saves Benny Cutie's life just for a whip. Final slash, saving him. Way the Dragon connecting. Now it's a retry battle. Who's going to win it? Still Chibi! Against all odds, HomeBois once again win out in the retry battle. A good Astral Spear to take Ryza low. But it's not enough. It's a jungler for an XP laner traded in for HomeBois.
Sapat's sacrifice was not for nothing. He managed to just, again, distract, bought enough time in that bottom side of the map, and Carltese, of course, alone, isolated in the front, looking for that contest. And HomeBois, they managed to find Carl and the Lord. Let's see here, it's a 4v4 offense and defense.
The wave isn't that good for HomeBois to look for it, but it's still a good charge with an enhanced Lord. Ryzel now joining in the team, gets a good shot to take that turret down, dodging away from the Astral Spear as well. HomeBois decide to disengage, so holding on to that 5.5k gold lead.
All right, HomeBois taking it slow. They are already satisfied, seems like, with taking one phaser in the top side, but they might siege at the bottom side, you know. They will prio the jungles instead and let Echo regroup and recalibrate here.
Well, without the actual Lord, I think it's a bit too dangerous. Even then, the whole idea is that HomeBois is using the Lord to push a sense of urgency. Because in a proper normal 5v5 back and forth maneuver, I do think that, like Game Number 2, Echo on the Bruno has a lot more chances to make something happen. The problem is, during that moment, the critical moment where they need to be next to the Lord, Sapat is just the big problem here. Going with all the physical defense he can get, Dreadnought armor, Blade armor, as well as the Dominance Eyes, he is just hell-bent on making sure that he stays in the front and he zones everybody away.
It's just a waiting game again. Echo, they need to be careful on not overextending themselves here. It's very important because it's a minute left to the next Lord. And of course, the next Lord will be an evolved Lord, ladies and gentlemen, so keep that in mind. Meanwhile, HomeBois, likewise, they do not want to overextend themselves. Zorn here needs to be careful. He has Zorn here has immortality though, so he can, again, just showboat in front of the Echo members, but needs to stay calculated.
Both. It's not just Zorn, it's Zorn and Chibi for recalling and feeling the confidence here in the 18th minute of the game. Arashi, that goal difference says quite a bit. The Clint has actually gone a significant lead from the last time we saw it. It was actually quite even. Now it's a 1,500 gold difference.
Well, it's always a lot easier when you don't have to be all the way up close and personal, and there's no one. There's no crazy bravest fighters running at you, trying to get you out of the fight. Benny Cutie now finishing the C Halberd here. 12% HP damage? I don't know if it necessarily means he can take down Sapat faster though. With the Lord in contest yet again, now it's back to the same situation. Can Echo try and do something crazy? Just subvert the expectations of HomeBois, or is it going to be the same setup? Wait for the Lord to get low, wait for the waves to push, and then use Sapat to zone everybody away.
Another far setup here. Peculiar angle perhaps is what Zorn is looking for, but no, he shows here, I believe.
Oh!
Take a look at the snipe there. Good precision by Sanji.
Final slash dodged away from as well. Warlord needs to recall. I don't think he can regen from that. A lot of damage, and I guess that's what Echo had been waiting for Sanji to finally hit this ultimate power spike in the later stage of the game where he can actually start to almost one-shot people.
And 20-minute mark, we have hit it officially, ladies and gentlemen, in this game. 3-0, he committed the Way of Dragon.
They're trying to collapse, but Carl TZ knows better than to use the heavy spin, but the Black Dragon Force is going to be used up. JP finds a massive final slash on the Rizal, and now it's going to be the Petrify and the Furious Dive, a full collapse and a pin down from Kyle TZ. He didn't get the retry, but he got Rizal and TB on the wall. Now it's Benny Cutie still surviving! Benny Cutie survives. It's the Echo Express, the house of highlights, that wins them the team fight.
What the heck happened? Echo with the angles, finding the right plays, and you can see 1, 2, 3 members taken out. Thankfully though, Paramis has the passive, but this is just a free lord for Echo. Is this the turnaround?
That was the moment they've been waiting for. The catch onto Rizal, the follow-up from Sanford in a split-second decision. That is so good, and Cartesi tries to get some more, but with the Lord right here, now the turntables, with all the siege power, with the range that Sanji can bring on this Novaria, it's going to be a tough defense for HomeBois, but they have the option of using the Netherrealm as a last-ditch all-in against the Lord push.
I am concerned with the wave clear that HomeBois has in their composition. This is Echo in full offense. Well, not full, because a lot of spells from their side is actually on cooldown. So let's see here again. Echo, will they be able to pull off this comeback?
It's an evolved Lord that's marching into bottom lane. They won't use 2 waves, just 1. Charging into the base. Now final slash, he gets to pop back, but he still is able to dash out forward now. Warlord trying to zone, but he gets zoned instead by the worldy of Benny Cutie. The evolved Lord pulled back. Chibi still has the immortality intact, and that's going to be a dive from Sanford onto the back. Rizal using it with nature, still kiting back. Not enough. He buys the immortality, buys some time, and now Kaltizi is the one with his immortality pop. He's going to be taken down, and it's another outplay, this time from HomeBois. Chibi marching forward, step out with the Bravest Fighter. Sanford with the Furious Dive, canceling out the stun. Oh, it's a final slash. To the back. Now it's Benny free hitting. Sabai gets the stun down, and Benny Cutie picks up a killing spree. It's 1-1.
HomeBois, they overextend a bit, and you can see Echo is ready to punish. This potentially might be the final push.
Don't think it is going to be the final push just yet. We are lacking a few members, no Lord to push down as well, but they might be able to crack all 3 base turrets. A beautiful Astral Echo revealing 3. Warlord walking forward, getting a Ghost Burster. Down sword! Two massive outplays. One from Sanji, the other from Sanford with that Black Dragon form to cancel out that Way of the Dragon. And just like that, both teams disengage. 22 minutes in. What a game!
6 minutes ago, it was Echo just losing 2 turrets left standing, but now 23rd minutes, it's official. Structure-wise, HomeBois, they're behind. And now it's an even game, Arashi.
Well, technically it's not quite even. The Lord is on the top side, and the middle and bottom side of HomeBois has no base turrets. Now Echo can play the long game. They can poke down the members of HomeBois before going for a big fight.
They're going in onto Zorn, not too sure about this. Zorn, beautiful shampoo. The dodge away from the final slash, but he's still going to be followed in, stalked all the way to the back. Sapat trying to retaliate, jumps in with the Bravest Fighter, and Benny Cutie just pops that with a nature and deals more damage. GB pinned down to the wall, that's a shutdown. Zorn able to find one, but Sanford, it's just him with immortality. Look at the Astral Meteor from Sanjay! And that's an Astral Echo. That is Warlord with no Netherrealm. Against all odds, Echo against the TP recalls. They have turned the game around. 2-1, knocking HomeBois to the lower brackets.
Composure, discipline, and organized. That was the theme of Echo, and it was displayed again in this third game. HomeBois, they need to fall to the lower brackets as the Echo. They will advance and meet AP Brand in the next stage. What a series! I have no word.
What a mid laner. Sanji, zero.
Zero.
Deaths. Zero deaths.
That is crazy. It's insane to see how evenly matched they were in that game. Plays happening left and right. But in the end, there can only be one. And the Echo Express has reached first. Unfortunately for the Hyper HomeBois, they're gonna have to face a little setback, but it's not over for them yet.
That was really a fun match.